Всем привет! Это видео небольшое интервью. Мы зададим несколько интересных вопросов Кайлу. Это американец, который живет в России. Итак, начнем.
So my first question is, how long have you lived in Russia?
I have lived in Russia for 3 years.
Okay. And what made you decide to come to Russia?
I came to Russia because during my junior year of university, I applied to study abroad. And I talked about it for months. And I told everyone. And I didn't get accepted. And my best friend at the time just said, Kyle, you wasted all of our time for months talking about Russia. You're so stupid. You will never, ever go to Russia. And so I Googled teach English in Russia. I found a program. I applied. I got accepted. And just to spite him, I moved to Russia.
Good deal. So what are you doing in Russia now?
Now, I just finished a year of studying Russian, and I can finally kind of speak it, and teaching English like every other American.
Okay.
But I do it better.
Did you have any stereotypes about Russia before you came here?
Before I came to Russia, I was, can I swear?
Yeah, go for it.
I was too fucking scared to have stereotypes. I was terrified. I couldn't believe I was stupid enough to move to Russia. But I did know that Russian women were beautiful. It was cold and it was gray and everybody smoked cigarettes. Which all of those are true.
So what are some things that surprised you the most when you came here?
I was surprised how many people smoke cigarettes. I couldn't believe how right I was. I was surprised by how huge and confusing the Moscow metro is, especially if you've never used a metro before in your life. And I was also really surprised by how hard it is when you go to someone's house to leave without eating, and eating until you're sick. It's impossible.
The main question is, how are Russians different from Americans in general?
This is a really hard question to answer. Russians like to say they're very genuine and very open when they get to know you, and Americans are very fake because we smile all the time. But I think it's just something Russians have been telling themselves for decades, and now they think it's true, and they believe it. Even if they open up to you and everything they tell you is a lie, they're still being open and real and authentic, much more authentic than an American.
How are Russian girls different from American girls? Yeah, so.
An American girl would never put on high heels and makeup to go to Walmart. And a Russian girl would never wear her pajamas and Uggs to go get something at a Produtti. That's probably the biggest difference.
What's your favorite dish in Russia?
My favorite dish is probably borscht. Even though it's Ukrainian.
What's your least favorite dish?
Solodka pochubom, which is this awful mix of it's potatoes, pickled herring, beets, and the beets are mixed with an ungodly amount of mayonnaise, and it is just the foulest creation I've ever seen.
What's your favorite musical band in Russia?
Leningrad.
Leningrad?
Leningrad is by far the best. They capture the essence in their music videos of what Russia is.
What's the best way to learn English?
So apart from learning English with me, the best way to practice your English, to improve your English, is to start speaking and to not be afraid of making mistakes. Because most Russians study English for 10, 12, or 14 years in school and university, and after that, they still can't say anything. And Russians you just need to speak and talk and talk and talk and talk. And eventually, you can speak English, you're happy, you're wonderful. You can go on vacation to places that aren't Turkey.
Tell me some funny awkward moments you had while in Russia.
Oh, I never had an answer for this.
What about Pachon? That was a funny story.
So, recently, I was grocery shopping and I had gotten some sausages. And as I was buying them, this man behind me in line goes, "Pachon kielbaski," which I knew kielbaski is sausages, and I had no idea what pachon meant. And so, when studying Russian, I understood grammar, I knew po and I knew chom. So I was trying to think. Chom means like about what, or in what. So I think chom. Chom kielbaski. Why kielbaski? And I said, because they're good. Потому что они вкусные. And the guy goes, "Нет, пachon kielbaski." And I go, okay. It's not because I like them. So I said, because I'm hungry. And he goes, "Нет, пachon kielbaski." And the cashier, who knew I was a foreigner, was starting to laugh. Again, the guy goes, "Pachon kielbaski." I think, okay, what can I tell this man? I have no idea what he wants. Clearly, pachon isn't about why I have them. And finally, the cashier is laughing and he goes, 250 rubles. I was so embarrassed that I left, and it was...
So what's your name?
Right, my name is Kyle McCarthy.
Where do you come from?
I am from Portland, Maine, from the United States.
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old. Anything else?
Pretty much done.
You have to ask how old.
You can lie.